You can kind of just be kids, like me, the Jonas Brothers, Selena, Miley. At that time, like,
I feel good about it. Or do I?
Yes, you do.
Right.
Favorite Wizards of Waverly Place spell?
Ejbano Utusis.
What's it like when you and Selena get back on camera together?
I remember the first time we got back on camera, right before we went into the scene, her and I looked at each other, and Adam Sandler and Kevin James are awesome guys. I've known Kevin for a very long time.
What's it like for you to reopen the chapter of Justin Russo all these years later? Did you think that he would ever continue to live on and have a story?
No, you don't think that when you're doing it. You're just doing it, and you're enjoying it, and it's you're loving every second of it. But when you're doing it, you're never thinking, man, is this going to come around again one day? What's going to happen? But then the show ends and years go by and you start hearing about reboots of other things and whatnot. And you get a little curious. But for me, it was just more something that Selena and I would just joke around about from time to time. We just get together, hang out at my house. Her and my wife became good friends. And we'd just be sitting, chilling and talking about what our characters would be up to present day. And that began to get serious. That started to like snowball into, hey, like, this is like, we're talking about a real thing here. Like, this is actually really cool and intriguing what we're talking about. We should just do what we're doing now over dinner with Disney and see what they think. And so I'm oversimplifying it. There was a lot more to it, but that was kind of what we did. Like, got together, joked around about what our characters would be doing. And that led to, where we are today in our second season coming up.
Did this chatter begin in the past 2-3 years?
No, we always talked about the show. I mean, it was great memories for her and I. For her, it was really formative. It was like her high school or college experience, For me too, we were both so young, and that time in our life was so formational and so foundational for the rest of our careers that we just look back on it so fondly. It's like if you get together with a college buddy or a high school buddy and you talk about the good old times. It was that for us. It was a really good time. And like any family, you have your ups, you have your downs. We went through every emotional experience you could go through while making that show. So we just have this bond. And anytime we get together, conversation would just find its way back to the show. So, it just all kind of came together organically. Nothing was forced. We never, when we were talking, thought we're going to make a show about this. We're just joking around, and it just started to get good.
When does the reality start to set in that, oh, this is a possibility? Disney's intrigued. We can make this happen.
I mean,
because this is so cool.
Like, the more we get together, it just started taking shape. Like, and it became a thing. Like, I don't know, after our 5th or 6th or 7th time of like dinners and hanging out and talking, at the end of it, I was just like, Selena, like, this is good. This is a show. Like, let's just go do this with Disney. This makes sense. We had a beginning, a middle, an end. We knew what we wanted to do. We knew what our characters wanted to do. We had some unexpected twists and turns baked in there. And I was like, I'm sure they would love to hear this. Let's just go talk to them. And she loved the idea right away. She was like, yes, I think the world needs this. I think sitcoms, we both understand the value, the inherent value of the sitcom. Like, the sitcom is this thing that can pull you out of wherever you are. You're putting yourself, you're escaping into another reality. You're going to be goofy. You're going to laugh. You're going to have a good time. And it always has this uplifting ending. There's always like problem and solution that reveals itself in the end, hopefully in an unexpected way. It's this format that has always worked, and her and I love it. And we felt like, I really feel like the world needs a good old sitcom right now.
I know Selena's a big foodie. I know you're a foodie. I think the most important question is, where are these conversations happening? Steak 48, Mastro's. I know.
I went to Steak 48 literally last night.
The best bread.
The circular bread thing
the
that
pull
they
apart.
give you. Oh, the pull apart bread is unbelievable. The hanging bacon, like, dude, yeah, I'm gonna go. Let's go there after this.
Please, it's one of a kind experience here, because those restaurants aren't really popping up here anymore.
It's the Mastro's family. I didn't know that at first. I went there. I was like, this reminds me of Mastro's. They're like, that's because it is.
Oh, you just stumbled in there and realized that?
Completely stumbled in there. I actually went to the one, I think in South Carolina or North Carolina. It was like their first one.
The Steak 48.
Yes. And I was like, this place is unbelievable. What is this? It reminds me of Mastro's. They're like, oh yeah, it is the Mastro's family. And I was like, what?
You grew up here. Were you going to Mastro's when they owned the Mastro's?
Totally.
So it had that same vibe?
Totally. And I was actually raised as a young kid in Arizona, and that's where Mastro's started. So
really?
I went to the first Mastro's in Arizona. Yeah, Steak 48 is after Arizona, and Yeah, I would go to the original Mastro's back in the day with my family. So I've been a big fan. And then they opened the one in Beverly Hills here. And yeah, so I've been going to those forever.
What's your stance on white chocolate grill?
Oh, White Chocolate Grill. I haven't been there.
Oh, in Arizona?
Yeah, no, I haven't been there.
The
I was
desserts
like,
are...
wait, sounds good. I was like, wait, are you talking about food? Or are you talking about a restaurant? White Chocolate Grill, I got to go.
It's a restaurant in Scottsdale.
Okay.
Out of this world.
Really?
Yes, their bread pudding is...
Oh,
We should go right after
sensational.
this.
Dude, let's go.
We're doing a double.
Let's go. Let's tell Disney to call the jet.
How does producing work with you and Selena on the sequel?
You would be very surprised how actively involved she is. She really cares about every single aspect and element. She's on all the major calls. So like when it's time for a big marketing publicity call, she's there listening. She brings a notebook.
So that's the producer's work to figure out how you guys are handling that?
It's a collective environment. So the marketing departments get on, the producers get on, Selena and I get on as producers. And for all the major calls, we're all on them, all of them, both from a story standpoint, the writing, the major decisions that were made by way of production design and just building the show. Yeah, she was on all of them, and she had strong opinions and very good opinions that helped craft everything that we have today. Yeah, she was very involved. I'm with her on all of those, and then I'm more in the nitty gritty of like, okay, let's figure out how to practically apply this and figure this out and get it there. But the show very much, I think, encompasses her vision.
For you switching from acting in front of the camera now doing behind the scenes as well, is your brain constantly thinking about ideas and how you want the show to look and what you want to...
Yeah.
It's a 24/7 thing.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah. Just like you, as you were setting up in here, getting it going before the show, like, yeah, I'm in all of it and looking at every element because I'm allowed, based on myself as an executive producer, to note all this stuff. But the cool part is, man, like if you hire the right people, just let them do their job. Like hire the right person, let them be fulfilled in doing their job. Like I'm all about anyone that we've hired. I'm all about like the servant leadership model, which is like, I want to hire you and I believe in you and I want you to crush it. And let me know if I can help you crush it. And if there's something that I have an opinion on along the way, we're going to have a conversation, but I'm hiring you because I believe in you. So go do your thing. Like if you ask people on set, like how many times has David come in and like done something to change something? Not very much. Not very much. It's a really good team we hired, a really good team at every level. I'm really proud of the people that we brought on board to make the show come to life.
Are you recording at a soundstage?
Yeah.
Same one that you guys did the original at?
No,
Different.
that I don't know what's going on with that soundstage now, but we recorded at one off in Valencia, and it was great. It was great. They built all the sets there. We had a nice audience. That was important for Selena and I. Was making sure that there was that audience presence, so we got the real, raw feedback from the crowd. And that awakens a performance in the actors that we wanted our kids to feel. It's a sparkle, when you got a big audience sitting in front of you and you hear their reactions to everything that you're doing, or little things that you add. It affirms you, it builds you up, and it gives you this like energy that's hard to explain that only sitcoms can capture. It's the closest thing that you can get to the stage. The sitcom. It's as close as you can get to the stage.
What's up, guys? Real quick, this episode is brought to you by Aonic. Aonic provides clean hydration crafted with magnesium, electrolytes, and real fruit juice. Made for those looking to get the most out of hydration. We've got some sparkling passion fruit, some sparkling orange, and a sparkling raspberry. Aonic is developing the world's most advanced ecosystem for functional nutrition to make healthy living enjoyable. Aonic delivers pure science-driven nutrition, and every formula targets a clear need and delivers benefits you can feel. What I love most about it is that there's no pixie dusting of ingredients, which means they only use clinical validated dosages. Plus, it's third-party verified. Independent labs test every batch and they publish the results. It's got premium natural ingredients from real cacao and vanilla in Aonic Fuel to real fruit juice in Aonic Revive. Plus, the best part, low calories, baby. Only 15 calories in this whole can. Delicious taste, zero artificial, low in sugar and calories. No caffeine or added sugars, no artificial sweeteners, no GMOs. It's just the right amount of fruit juice compared to sweetness. It's really good. We've got some chromium, some B vitamins, some zinc. I love drinking it after a hike. I love drinking it after pickleball. It's really, really good. So if you want to try it, it's going to be linked down below. Stay hydrated, my friends. Now back to the podcast. You've done both worlds of multicam and single cam. What do you think makes multicam so special for a TV show?
It really is that theater-like environment that makes it very special. You're doing scenes top to bottom where if we're doing a single cam, I just might work on my one line
With just your
six times
angle.
with just my angle, and you're off camera, so you don't have to worry about your performance. And it's, you know, it's a long day of like little moments, right? And that's single cam. With a sitcom, it really is this play like energy, this theater like environment where you get to do a scene top to bottom. You get this wonderful flow and this wonderful energy that you can bounce with all your, and everyone's on. Everyone is on. Everyone's being recorded. You have 4 different cameras that's like this with 2 more covering every single angle, and maybe even 3 more sometimes, covering every single angle. So everyone is on, which I love. I just love that energy. I love that energy. It's exciting.
What would you say is an expensive shot for a multicam? What are you guys doing that everyone has to make sure they're on?
You know, it's anytime you bring in the techno jib, which is like this big arm that extends and retracts. They call it pickle out or pickle in. And it's a very expensive camera, very expensive piece of machine. And anytime you use that mixed with an effect at the same time, it's like, it's very time consuming. And, you know, anytime you're on a set, you're like on the clock, you got to get it when you got to get it. And so anytime you have a big move with the jib mixed with an effect, it just really takes a lot of swings. You got to take a lot of swings at the plate. And it's expensive. It's expensive.
Have you dealt with any of that when you're directing the show?
Yes. So this season was the first season that I got to direct TV. I've directed film before. It's my first time directing TV and directing a sitcom, which is what I grew up with. So it was really, this moment was like a big dream come true for me. And I got to direct the Christmas episode, which we never did a Christmas episode. The fans will correct me if I'm wrong. I'm almost 100% sure. We never did a Christmas episode. So this is like the first time Christmas has been introduced to the Wizard world. And there's this one shot that required the techno jib that was really somewhat technical, where we came off a character, we go up a Christmas tree, and the arm of the jib extends out and goes up really quickly. Sounds easy, just going like this and then that, but it took a lot of people to try to get this right. And it's kind of a tough move to get right, because we're also pairing it with an effect that it transitions into, so that the move starts and goes up, and then it cuts and it transitions into an effect.
Are you on camera too during this?
I'm off camera for this, thank God. And yeah, I'm just directing here. But it was one of those very technical moves that took a lot of time and ate into our day, but we needed the shot. So it was one of those where the pressure's really on and you're trying to keep it calm on set and just get the shot. It ended up working awesome in the cut. I can't wait for people to see it. It really sold the intention that I was going for. And I'm so excited for that. Because I've only done like single cam stuff as a director. So I brought a lot of those sensibilities into the episode that I directed. And there's one shot that's always been my dream to do, and I've never gotten to do in any show before, or anything I've directed. I've never gotten to do this shot, but it's the Spielberg push pull. So it's that shot that you're pushing the camera in and zooming out at the same time, and it compresses the image. It gives this cool effect. He did it in Jaws.
Did it first blow up in The Shining, was it?
He got it from a bunch of other people, and I'm not sure which director who first used the push pull. But it's a classic effect, and I've always wanted to do it something, and this was the perfect thing for me to do it. There's this moment where Janice has a big realization, and she's like, "What?" And I was like, "That's the moment for it." So we did this special where we did the push pull on her for her, like, "What?" The camera comes in.
Are you pairing it with any sound design?
There was some effect we added into to heighten the reality, but it did exactly what I wanted to sell with the intention. And I did some of that stuff. I brought some single cam sensibilities to the show, and I'm excited to see what people think.
When you're directing an episode, are you also editing it as well?
I'm with the editor. Yeah, I'm spending time with the editor. He's leading it. I'm commenting and giving notes along the way.
Live in the same room?
Yeah. He turns in an editor's cut. I watch the cut on my own, and then I spend many hours with him sitting in the edit suite, going over every little thing, looking at the other takes, swapping, trying, experimenting. And then I turn in the director's cut to the network. Then we do another round of notes. And then it turns into what, you'll see the first Christmas episode.
And then the mouse gives his opinion, and then...
Yes, the mouse gives his opinion. Very kind mouse. Very kind mouse. Love the mouse.
What's your favorite thing about directing, especially on a show that you grew up doing?
I just done so many of them that it was in my blood to just want to jump in there and do it. And I so wanted to do it for so long. Even when I was younger, I'd always had to stop myself. I had to bite my lip, because you bring in new directors, right? Every 2-3 episodes, you have a new director. And I just done so many of them when I was younger, did so many of them that I always wanted to get in there and say something or do something, or I'd see a director doing something. I'm like, that's not going to work. And so this is the first time I got to like say all the things that I was.
Because you have the power now.
Yeah, and I got to direct, so I got to say all the things that I wanted to say and do all the things I wanted to do, and it really was very fulfilling.
What's it like when you and Selena get back on camera together? Is that a crazy feeling for you?
It is a crazy feeling. And I remember the first time we got back on camera, it was right before we went into the scene, her and I looked at each other and we just like took a deep breath and we're like, let's do this. And the moment the doors opened was like we didn't miss a second. Like we didn't miss a second at all. Like zero. We were right there. The timing was there. The chemistry that was there. It was all right there. And this season has that too. There's what's really cool is in the original show and in the movie that we did, there was some really dramatic, sweet, meaningful moments that you might not expect from, a family show. And we really go there this season. Like there's some stuff that we tried that was pushing the envelope, I think in a really healthy and positive way. I think people's jaws will be on the floor when you see a couple of the things that we did in this show. And I think there were worthy risks. It's like, what is a sitcom today? I think it's different than it was 10, 15, 20 years ago. So we tried some things. We made it a little more serialized. We added in some drama. We took very seriously our characters' arcs. So I think you're almost going to get this, yes, you'll get comedy, you'll get big laughs, you'll get heart, but there's these dramatic, touching elements that I think will stick with you. By the end of this series, you should be left with this feeling of like, we need to explore this more. There's more to this story. Yeah. And hopefully you'll get the heartfelt and the big laughs, but like, yeah, we go there sometimes where I think people are going to be like, whoa, like they swung for the fences here. I'm really excited.
The first season was a 21 episode order, which is unheard of.
Yes.
How many episodes are in the second season?
So this is 10.
Okay.
We're coming at you short and sweet. We're going to hit you boom hard.
Is it going to be released weekly?
We're dropping them all on Disney Plus on the 8th of October, so they'll come in a batch of 10 then. And we want, we got all the data from the first season and people go through them pretty quickly. And we wanted these 10 to just be short, sweet, and hit you right where we want to hit you to set up the rest of the season. I called the first season like the prequel because the first season was introducing these new characters, getting to know this new family, and it ended with the kids finding out that they have magical abilities and powers. And so that was the prequel, and this is where the show really has begun because now there's a wizard competition. Now my kids are going to start competing. There's going to be that same competitive atmosphere, but in our own way. We're doing it in an entirely different way than the first show did. So I'm stoked to see the reaction to that. So like last season was the prequel. The show has really begun. And then next season, God willing, if that happens, it's going to get crazy.
Oh, I'm sure it's going to happen.
It's going to get crazy.
I'd love to get your take on binge watching shows. Is that something you as an actor prefer? Do you like watching your shows in batches? Do you like separation?
I personally, I just can't. I'm not built for binge watching. Like
really?
just me personally, I can do one or two. And then after that, like I'm just fatigued and tired. And like, I got 3 kids, like I can't sit down and burn through, 7 episodes of a thing. My wife and I, after like 10 minutes of any show, are like falling asleep from the day. But I don't mind it at all. It's the way it is today. And we built this season knowing that people were going to burn through it. So there's a lot of connective tissue throughout the show that we tried a more serialized approach and adding in some soapy elements too, which I think will be juicy for the teens and tweens and kids. So yeah, I'm excited to be in this like sitcom space today because you can try new things. And that's what we did. Did
you have to go back and rewatch any old episodes to get in the character of Justin?
Oh, totally. Yeah, we rewatched.
Did you watch it in full?
We didn't rewatch the entire thing to get started for this, but I've seen it all so many times that I knew it well. But Selena and I picked a couple episodes that we watched with the kids, and we sat down and we all watched it together. And the kids asked questions of like, "Oh, does your character's instinct is this, and yours is that, and oh, that joke worked. Why? Talk me through how it worked there." And so yeah, we just like sat down around a kitchen table and like watched a show together, and it was, I think, a very healthy exercise to go through with all of them. And the kids watched it all. I mean, the kids, they all got together and watched every single episode, so they knew every little callback when we get into it. The kids are little pros. I mean, they're unbelievable.
for you as an actor, a producer, a director on a Disney show,
Yes.
what makes a joke work for kids' television and what makes a joke not land?
It's a good question. As an actor, you perform the living daylights out of what you're given. It's not your job to give an opinion on whether it's funny or not. You got to trust the writers, and the writers have to trust you. You're going to go for this. Whatever this thing is, you do your absolute best to make this thing funny. And there's a faith there, right? Because sometimes you might read it and you're like, I don't know if this will be funny, but you got to go for it because the writers want to see that and you got to give it to them, right? And there's a faith to like, just let it play out. Let it play out. Sometimes the thing you didn't think was going to be funny gets a huge laugh and you're like, oh, I'm so glad I tried with that because I didn't think it was going to work. And it freaking nails it. And it was so good. And then sometimes things you think are going to kill, you might just miss a performance. You might not have the right rhythm or your performance is a little off. So it's a balance of like the writing itself and then how you put a spin on the thing. I remember there was this one joke from the show where like my character is like using a lint roller. And before we did it in rehearsals, the writers were like, we shouldn't have put that in there. It's not, you don't have to worry about it. It's not going to, it's terrible. It's not going to work. And I go, no, let me try. And man, I freaking did it. And it got a big laugh. And they were like, we can't, like, we so thought we shouldn't have put that in. We didn't think it was going to work. And it worked, you know? So it's this like fine balance of just trusting the process and letting it shake out how it's supposed to shake out.
Do you like the writing process? Are you a writer yourself?
I wrote for the original show. I don't consider myself a writer now. I've written before. I've written movies and I've written shows, but it's not I'm more of a director. Like I think very visually, and being in the weeds of like writing is not my skill set. Not what I do. I enjoy watching people do it and I enjoy the noting process. Like I like being involved in the creative process, but I'm not a writer, no.
How does directing Monster Summer come together? And how does Mel Gibson step into this project?
Dude, it's a crazy story. So it was my dream to direct a feature that was in the style of movies that I grew up watching. So like The Goonies or anything Spielberg-esque. That was very much my aesthetic. That's how I think. Like,
do you like Hook?
Oh, dude. Love Hook. Such a great movie.
So good.
So good. Rufio,
yes.
Like, come on.
I had him on the podcast a couple weeks ago. It was the craziest thing.
That is awesome.
Because he was the cooler older cousin I wanted when I was growing up.
100%. Dude, Rufio was like, yeah, everyone's cool older cousin.
So cool.
Oh, I would have loved. I'm going to watch that podcast after this. So yeah, like getting to do this Goonies-esque kind of thriller for kids type of movie was a dream come true. I loved the script. It was exactly what I was looking for.
Did the script come to you?
It did. A good friend of mine, a producer named Mark Fasano, basically called me up and said, hey man, I know you're looking for this like a Spielberg kind of thing and something that has like a fairy tale angle to it that can be family can watch, but still have like deeper themes. So I read it and it's actually the guys, Neil and Brian, that wrote the Peanuts movies. So they'd written a lot of awesome animated, the Peanuts franchise.
Legacy.
And they're writing those and they kind of wanted a break from like that world. And so they wrote this like fun fairy tale-esque story.
Was that their first live?
I'm not sure, but I believe it was their first live action project. And it was a fun project, man. And I read it. I fell in love with it. And I just couldn't help think of Mel Gibson for this like creepy neighbor who the town suspects is like up to bad things, but actually has a whole other layer to him. He's like an onion that you peel back. And I just kept thinking of him for the role. But I thought, how am I going to get to Mel Gibson? He's Mel Gibson. How am I going to find this guy? Sure enough, I had a buddy whose Instagram I saw was having lunch with Mel. And I like hit up my buddy and I was like, dude, I wrote a director's letter for Mel. I sent it to him. I go, read it to him, please. And he read it to him and he said, send Mel the script. And so like on Instagram, my buddy was having lunch. DM my buddy. Next thing you know, Mel reads my director's letter, asked for the script and read the script, liked it, asked for a meeting. I have coffee with Mel Gibson and, you know,
have the script in hand and everything ready to go?
No, because I knew he read it. So I just came myself and he wanted to have coffee with me just to talk about it. And, I was nervous. How do you direct an Oscar-winning director? Like, who am I? I think he's directed 5 or 6 movies, been nominated for like 3 or 4 Oscars out of those. It's like, sheesh. But I got coffee with him, and for 2 hours we didn't talk about the movie at all. Just talked about, and before I went into the meeting, I was like, what do you do with nerves, right? And everyone's got their own techniques, and nerves are a tough thing, right? And so for me, I got all nervous, and I was like, you know what? Let go. Don't be a respecter of persons, but walk out of this meeting saying, I trusted the process and I gave it my all.
What does respecter of persons mean?
In other words, don't put people we're all people. Like a respecter of persons in a way, to me, what that means is don't put someone so high on a pedestal that they become anything other than a human being that is just like you and just like me. And we're all broken people. We all put our pants on the same way. We all have our issues that we're going through. No one is a god.
Right.
In other words, almost like don't put someone above God. Don't be a respecter of persons. Don't put them above God. So to me, that said, okay, go in there and just talk to him like a normal guy. He's just a normal guy. And I did. So I didn't even bring up the movie. We were just hanging out. And that was the best, thank God, that was the best approach. Cause we talked about our families. We talked about our children. We talked about life. And then at the very end, he goes, well, I suppose we should talk about the movie. And we just chatted about the movie for another 30 minutes. And he goes, all right, kid. Yeah, you know what you're doing. I'm in. And I was like, whoa,
Who's the first person you call?
My brother and my dad at the same time. Called them both because we're business partners. I called them both at the same time. And I said, I think Mel's in. He said he likes it and wants to do it. And I think Mel's in. And it was great. That little switch, though, that mental switch of going, let go of the nerves. He's just a normal person. Don't build anyone up on too high of a pedestal. Just he's a normal person. That little breath I took there, that unlocked everything before I walked in. Because I was stuck with nerves before I was walking in. I saw him in the place, and thank God that I had that little moment of grace because that helped me just go, boom. And then it was just like I was sitting with my uncle.
Being director, leader of the project, what kind of accommodations do you make for Mel Gibson that first day of set? What's his trailer like? How do you make sure that he's comfortable and excited to be there?
This shows you how cool this guy is, by the way, because we got him the most excellent trailer you've ever seen in your life.
What does that look like?
Dude, this thing was like a home. I mean, this must have been a multi-million-dollar trailer. This thing was unbelievable. Things popping out and expanding and it had a 6-burner Viking range grill inside of it. I didn't even know that was allowed.
What if he wants to barbecue some meat?
Dude, he could do it in a gourmet way. I mean, this is unbelievable. It had its own hair and makeup room. It had a king size bed. This thing was unbelievable. It's the most gorgeous trailer I've ever seen. He didn't stay in it one time. He sat on set and hung out the whole time.
Wow.
I've never heard of an actor doing this. Actors don't sit on set. They go into their trailer and chill. He sat next to me and just hung out and would be like, oh, David, try this, try that. What he taught me was always be telling the story. Always be telling the story. When I thought I had everything figured out, I got the camera where I want it, the actors doing what I want. I'm just going to sit back and let it record and get exactly what I want. Mel would always be leaning in going, how can I tell this story further? How can I advance the story a little more? Whether it's in the character's performance or going, there's something not on the script we need to add into this moment. And maybe it's a little bit of humor. Try finding that. Try finding a little bit of humor. That's what he really taught me was because I very much am of the philosophy that the movie's shot before it's made. In my head, it's all figured out before we go in there. And I just got to do that. He's constantly sculpting the clay. And he wasn't even directing. He was just an actor sitting there hanging out. And of course, Oscar-winning director, I was like, let's do whatever Mel says. Yes, his ideas are batting 1,000. And that was a little thing I learned was always be telling the story. No matter what, always be locked in telling the story. It was really cool.
Alongside your co-stars like Mel Gibson, Selena Gomez, for you as an actor, are you picking up little nuances of what they're doing and how they approach it for your own style?
Completely. I learned from every single person that I've ever worked with. I make mental notes. Oh, wow, this person did something interesting. Oh, I really liked that, the way that they did that. Oh, he was searching for his line, but he did this thing that made it look like he wasn't searching for his line. And that actually added to the performance. And he was able to find the line and then come back with something really funny. Wow. Oh, this person found their mark in a really natural way to where they didn't have to just look at the floor. I'm always picking up on little things that people do and trying to learn. And likewise, off camera too, the things that surround the camera. If they did something interesting, I would try to hone in on what that technique was, or why is the camera here and not there, and why is that one here? And I just always ask questions. I was always very curious.
Can we talk about some of the other projects you've done?
Sure.
So Reagan, How I Met Your Mother, Paul Blart.
Yeah.
When you're on those kind of sets, does everything have its own vibe, and how are you finding your way into being part of it?
Yeah. Every set has its own vibe. Every set has its own culture.
Does it start from the director down?
Yeah. The director and the actors, it's like the director will set the tone and hopefully everyone assimilates to that tone. If it's a good director, if it's not a good director, then you're going to be walking on eggshells. It's not going to be a very good atmosphere.
Have you been on sets like that?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Call them out. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. This isn't that podcast.
No.
Sadly, the majority of sets that I've been on are not the best atmospheres. I wouldn't say they're toxic or poisonous or, it's not terrible, but it's not the best environment. It's very utilitarian. In other words, like the dignity of people isn't often recognized. It's like we're a bunch of worker bees and it's like work your ass off, get the thing done, get out. It's very, I'd say,
Get the shot.
It's utilitarian. It lacks a fundamental understanding of like the human person, that like you're a human being and like, yes, we all need to do what we need to do quickly and on time and well, but there's a way you treat people that makes them that I think inherent, they have an inherent understanding that that this is a person that's worthy of love. And so anything that I've been in control of, I make a conscious effort to treat everyone like a person. And like, yes, we all need to be on time. We all need to work hard and we need to do excellent work. But there's a way of doing it where it's like, I know you're a human person. Can you please do this? Let's work on nailing that. Let's have a conversation. And I think that's the fundamental lack in some of the sets that I've been on is you don't treat people like people. And I think that creates a tough working environment.
When you're working on a movie like Reagan, what's the difference between that and working on a TV set?
Movies are a slow moving ship because it's like one shot at a time, very manicured shot. A lot goes into the one shot.
Are they watching the dailies, making sure it's perfect?
They're watching the dailies. They're nitpicking every little thing. A TV show, you shoot a lot more, a lot quicker. So it takes about a week or a week and a half, depending on what the show is. So you shoot a lot more, a lot quicker. And movies are like, it's this weird like juxtaposition of forces of like moving really slow, but also faster at the same time. Like
hurry up and wait.
Yeah. Hurry up and wait. As an actor, there's a lot of hurry up and wait, but on the filmmaking side, every single moment counts and you're trying to get every moment perfect because you can't redo it. You can't go back and redo it. And everything just moves so slow, but everyone's running at the same time. So it's like this controlled chaos of an environment. And TV is not like that. A lot of times it's in one location, so you're in one studio environment. So each has its pros and cons, but they're totally different environments. A lot of actors like doing TV because they can be at their home, drive to work, go home.
There's normalcy.
There's a normalcy to it, which I love. Being a dad and husband, I love that. When you're doing a movie, you're flying to another location and you're working on that thing. Like even in shows that shoot abroad, it's a different environment. I did this travel show in Italy at the beginning of the year, and I'm doing the second season now in Spain.
Oh, wow.
It's called Seeking Beauty. And
where'd you go in Italy? What cities?
We went all over Italy. So we went Rome, Florence, Venice, Milan, Subiaco.
I was just in Milan last week.
Oh, really?
Beautiful.
Isn't it cool?
The shopping's insane.
Oh, do you have the Milanese, the breaded chicken, the chicken Milanese?
No, we didn't have that. Well, I had so much pizza and pasta though.
Yes.
We went to an island in Greece.
Ooh.
Paros.
Nice.
And my wife got stung they have these European hornets.
Uh-oh.
And they're like 3 inches long. And the way that she described it was, we're driving an ATV and it's really windy that day. So they're really getting disturbed.
Ooh.
And we're seeing them kind of flying around. As we're going, one hits her leg. And she said it was almost as if a hummingbird stuck its beak in her leg.
No.
And she's allergic.
No.
So we had to go to the ER.
EpiPen and all that, or
She doesn't have that. We're working on
good.
getting one.
Good. Yeah.
But we had to go to the ER in Italy, and we didn't see the doctor because it's not the best ERs there.
No.
So yeah.
I had to go to the ER with my son in Milan.
Really?
Because he is
Maybe we went to the same one.
Maybe we went to the same. Yeah, slow as heck.
Yes.
He ate oh, sorry, am I too far? Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, my son ate a pasta. We told them no nuts or no anything, no cross-contamination, anything.
Ooh.
And they didn't realize that the pasta that he had was made in water that had ravioli that had pine nuts in it.
Oh, wow.
And immediately his lips blew up, and I had to EpiPen him. He started going into anaphylactic shock.
At the restaurant?
At the restaurant.
Wow.
And I had to EpiPen him. We went to the hospital. Oh, it was a gnarly thing. If you're ever in Italy or anywhere abroad, make sure that your pasta is not cross-contaminated in water that's been with other stuff. They're very accommodating.
Yeah.
So from then on, we said fresh water in any pasta that's made, and every single restaurant was incredibly accommodating. That they go, no problem, we'll boil fresh water for you.
What's the aftermath of that? Is he okay once the EpiPen goes in?
You hope, right? They don't work every time. You hope, and yeah, thank God he was. It stopped it in its tracks. There's like as a father, there's a very scary 2-minute window where you give him the EpiPen and you're looking in his eyes, going, this could be the last time I'm looking at my son, because they don't always work. EpiPens aren't 100% effective. But thank God, those 2 minutes went by and his lips started to come down a little bit. The symptoms stopped. The one symptom after the lips was his tongue started to swell, and I heard it because he started lisping. He's going, sis, like this lisping thing. And I went, oh, that's his tongue. I got to give him the EpiPen. And I, pulled his pants down, hit him right in the side of the thigh.
Do you do it that hard?
Yeah. You got to go in the side of the thigh, and you got to hold it for 5 seconds. And it's a horrifying thing to watch, and
especially as a father.
Oh, it's the worst feeling, bro. Yeah, I have PTSD because of it. Anytime we're eating now, I'm heightened.
You're just waiting.
Yeah, I'm heightened because you never know. He's got to eat, and you're in a place that half the time the waiter's like, oh, there's no nuts, it's all good, and I'm like, you don't understand. I need you to talk to the chef, and I need you to come talk to me after you've talked to him and let me know that you talked to him and he said nothing will touch. He's got me covered and whatnot. I have to be that guy now. And
yeah.
I hate being that guy, but I have to be that guy now because I've just seen it twice with my son, and it's a terrible experience.
Well, I'm glad he's okay.
Thank God.
Back to the travel show.
Yes.
You were in all these cities in Italy.
Yes. All over Milan and Italy. It's kind of like the Stanley Tucci travel show, but more for culture.
Yeah.
Because I'm fascinated by Europe. I'm fascinated that this very old thing still gets so much happiness out of the common person, and why people still go there and visit. Why does, I think in America you're trained to new, great, build, shiny, flip, rack, stack, sell. And that's not the mentality there, and it still has a peace and a joy and a happiness and a beauty and an attractiveness that's just really cool to me to go learn about that culture. Why did they build that way? And I keep coming back to this fundamental thing about what the human person is. The Europeans in the ancient mind very much was ennobling the human person, going, how do we build cities based on what the human person is, which is a body and a soul? How do we wrap a city around that understanding of what the human person is? So everything is walkable. The places that you walk are strategically put to help human flourishing. And you still see that to this day. These very old places still have this wonderful foot traffic and this just kind of joy to it. The piazzas, the plazas were built for communal activity. They didn't have things like that before then. This was very strategic things that people did for human flourishing. And so I'm fascinated by that. And a lot of times people would donate or build knowing that what they were building would be long after they were gone. It's that's a very cool old mentality that I love learning about.
Where is that streaming in?
So that's going to start, that comes out December 8th on a new streaming platform called EWTN Plus.
Okay.
That'll be out by then. And I'll send you the trailer. I'm really proud of it. It turned out really good. The next one we're doing in Spain, so I'm going to be in Spain all of November.
If you need an assistant.
Yeah, come on out. We'll shoot. Bring your wife. No bugs there. You'll be good to go. I'm excited about that.
Can we talk about your experience on Grown Ups too?
Yes.
So you're alongside Taylor Lautner in that scene
Yes.
by where they're jumping off into the ocean?
Yes.
Or the lake?
Yeah.
What is that day looking like? Is that all done in one day?
So Adam Sandler and Kevin James are awesome guys. I've known Kevin for a very long time. He's a mentor to me and a friend. And I got
watch King of Queens?
Yes.
So
he's
good.
so funny. It's a classic. He's so funny. He's such a good dude. I got a call from Kevin one day and was like, hey, Adam's wanting to have some cool guys come be in this movie. Do you want to come do the movie? I was like, of course. Adam's children were fans of the original Wizards. So I was like, heck yeah, I'd like to go. And man, I met the coolest people. You know, I'd known Taylor Lautner a bit and got to see him there, and Patrick Schwarzenegger and Jimmy Tatro. And
Yes.
We all had the freaking blast. Like, we still, like, anytime me, Jimmy, Patrick, or Taylor are ever together, just reminiscing on that experience, because it was a crazy fun experience for all of us. We're all young kids and we're just having a blast. And yeah, that was and everyone's in that movie. Everybody's in that movie. It was nuts. It was nuts. Yeah, it was crazy.
What's the sets like for an Adam Sandler movie?
The most chill, the most like, I mean, his friends are there. He's got his team there. He has a well-oiled machine that like is there, and it's a very happy set. It's a very fun set. You know, he's got TV set up with like sports going. I remember, he's a big sports guy. I remember I walked up and he had like a thing of cigars. Like right when I walked up, he goes, "David, what's going on, man? Grab a cigar." I'm like, heck yes, dude. This is how you make movies, man. Yeah, the coolest set. Everything you'd hope for.
What's the Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 set like?
Just as cool. Kevin's a great guy.
What mall are you recording that at?
So we shot that in Vegas. We shot at the Wynn Hotel.
Oh, yeah.
So it was like a lot at the Wynn, and then local places that were there in Vegas. And Kevin's the same way, man. He's so generous, just like goes out of his way to take care of other people. He's another one that like cares about people. And so all the things he'd add are like things that would, you know, actors don't have to do this. Like, we're hanging out and his assistant comes up and is like, "Hey, you know, what do you want, Kev? Oh, can I get a shake?" And David, you want one? You want one? You want one? You want one? Like all the time. And he's taking care of everybody at all times. He's a big Papa Bear.
That's so cool. When you're a kid and you're going on all these other shows like Sweet Life and Jonas, social media is not really around during that time.
No.
So how do you know I guess, I don't want to say everyone's vibe, but what are you thinking when you're going to these sets? Is it kind of just like a new day at school?
Yeah, you know, it's a good question. And that was a time before social media. And that was a fun time, you know, because you can kind of, just be yourself, you know, and you don't have to feel like, oh, is someone going to ask me to do a post, or, oh, is someone going to try to like get a clip out of me or something? You can kind of just be kids, like me, the Jonas Brothers, Selena, Miley. At that time, like, you could just be yourself and you know, have a real relationship with someone. And so yeah, getting to go on the Jonas show was fun. I'd known those guys for a while then, and we just got to joke around and be ourselves and be goofy. And those are such great guys. They're such nice guys. And that was a very fun time. You know, we did the Disney Channel games and all that together, and that stuff was just absurdly fun. You know, we're all in this hotel together, hanging out, going to the pool afterwards, like just having fun. And it was so nice that it was before social media, because we would 100% wouldn't have done that now. You know, like there's too much invasion of privacy now to go out and be kids together out in public. And yeah, that was a really fun time.
Do you have a favorite behind the scenes moment with everybody? Are you guys playing Xbox in the trailer?
No, you know, we had some fun. There's some fun pool days, like during Disney Channel games, where you'd go, everyone would get in the jacuzzi and hang out and talk and just be kids, you know? And those are some good memories. Those are some very fun memories, for sure.
What's your day-to-day life during those days? What are you doing on the weekends? Are you going to Disneyland? Are you hanging out at Universal? You
know, we would go to the Galleria right here and see movies. You know, big time movie guy. Watched a lot of movies. The one on Ventura, down near the 405.
Oh, Century City?
The
Sherman Oaks?
It used to be an ArcLight.
Yes.
It used to be a big ArcLight down in Sherman Oaks. You know, just Ventura down to the 405 there. So we'd always go there, bring a bunch of friends. You know, and as you got older, you'd have people at your house. You know, I was a big Halo guy.
Halo 2?
Played a lot of Halo. Yes, the live one in Reach.
Do you remember when they reset the ranks?
Oh, yeah.
That was the worst.
What the heck?
I got up to like level 40, and then all my hard work's gone.
Dude, that was a heartbreaker.
It was the only thing you did as a kid.
100%.
And it's just reset because of hackers.
Freaking guys ruining everything for us. Oh, I loved Halo, though. I loved Halo.
It was my favorite game.
Oh, yeah. I'd headshot like crazy with the sniper. Yeah, sniper rifle was my thing.
What other games were you playing?
Nothing now.
Back then.
I played games like, yeah, it was Halo. It was Ghost Recon, World of Warcraft. I played a lot of World of Warcraft. I was a night elf shadow priest, and got it done.
Did you see the movie?
I did not see the movie. No, I should see the movie, shouldn't I? How was it?
I never saw it. I never got
Okay.
into that. I played StarCraft.
I was into World of Warcraft when 60 was the cap on the level,
Okay.
and then they started expanding it to 70 and whatnot. And by that time, I was ready to be done. But yeah, I played it a lot. I had a lot of fun.
What else are your other hobbies as a kid, as an actor? Are you mostly spending time on your craft, going to lessons?
There was definitely acting classes and whatnot, but really, I was a big hockey player, so I played a lot of hockey. I was double AAA, played for the Junior Kings. So hockey was a big part of my life. And then I'm trying to think of what else. Yeah, that was pretty much, it was hockey, it was movies, it was video games, and making movies. I'd like get together with my friends and we'd make little shorts. I bought a camera and we'd make little movies together, and that was my thing.
Is there anyone on your list of who you want to direct or act with?
Oof. I'm Italian. I grew up in an Italian household. So for me, Pacino, De Niro, a lot of these guys. I love Sebastian Maniscalco. He's like one of my favorite comics. So working with any of the who you look up to as an Italian kid growing up in an Italian household, are those kinds of movies. So to work with any of them would be unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Do you have a favorite pizza spot here in LA?
Oh, I have the building in my head. I can't remember the stinking name. It's on the other side of the hill, so it'd only be an every so often thing for me.
Joe's
But
Pizza?
Mulberry's great, right down the road. Mulberry's good.
Mulberry's so good.
And then, what's your favorite?
I like Mulberry. I think they're number one.
Mulberry's great.
Yeah.
I love Mulberry.
I have to venture into Joe's Pizza. I haven't done it too much. And then Prince Street's really good for the thicker.
Joe's Pizza's good, yeah. What's the name of this one place? It's going to come to me and I'm going to say it, but I can't think of it right now.
Have you been to Osby in Venice?
No.
That's a really good Italian
Is it
spot.
good?
So good.
Ooh, I got to check it out.
And then John and Vinny's, obviously. But
John and Vinny's is great. Love John and Vinny's.
can we do a lightning round?
Lightning round, let's go.
Favorite Wizards of Waverly Place spell?
Edgebano Utusis, because it's named after the band Edgebano U2.
One word to describe Justin Russo.
Prudent.
What does that mean?
Knowing the means to attain the end. So he's always analyzing the situation and trying to find the right means to attain the end.
If you could guest star on any other Disney show, past or present, what would it be?
Even Stevens.
Would you be Lewis's best friend?
100%. 100%. Or little brother, whatever.
Have you ever worked with either of the...
No, never. I'd love to.
Would you ever do any other reality shows like a Special Forces or Dancing with the Stars?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not? I'd do a reality show, yeah.
Special
I'd have fun
Forces
with
would
that.
be wild with you.
That would be crazy. Let's go.
Role that you played that you think deserves more attention?
That's a good question. I did a movie called The Little Boy, which is on Amazon right now. That's a really dramatic role for me. It's like this World War II movie, and I played this older brother that's got a big dramatic arc. And I really enjoyed that film. It's a very meaningful film to me. And it's got Tom Wilkinson and Emily Watson, and Kevin James is in it as well. But it's a drama, and that was one that I really poured my heart into that I'd love people to see.
Do you have a favorite director aside Steven Spielberg?
The director of Little Boy is one of my favorite directors, a guy named Alejandro Monteverde. He went on to direct Sound of Freedom. He's got a movie coming out this year called Zero AD. And he was one of my favorite. He's a guy that is so passionate and cares so much about the craft that he inspires you to like want to give your best.
That's so cool. What else do you have coming up now? How's your production company? Are you guys working on anything that you can speak about?
Yeah, thank you. So I look at like my personal life mission is just to like entertain and elevate and through anything that I'm producing or making or acting in, just to entertain and elevate, like use this moment to tell a story that can impact, that can give someone a good time, an enjoyable experience, but have some elevating qualities to it, right? And I look at Wizards as that too, because it's a wonderful family show and you come out with good messages every single time. So for me with my company, that's kind of the mission, is to make entertaining and elevating content, look for truth, beauty, and goodness in everything that we do. So we have Seeking Beauty Season 2 that we're starting in Spain that I'm really excited about. That'll come out next year. And then we have a handful of shows and movies that I'm going to be announcing here very soon that I'm really excited for people to see. Some very big ones, some smaller ones, but the company's called Novo Inspire, and Novo means new in Latin. And we want to make old stories new again. So there's a few things we can't announce that I wish I could, that I'm really excited about. So we'll be making movies and TV shows that'll be coming out next year and the subsequent years.
What speaks to you for something you want to greenlight and make happen?
Yeah. For me, it really is just about like, can it hit a few different boxes? Like, we want best in class in front and behind the camera. So are there great casting opportunities to have familiar faces or great filmmakers behind it? It needs to be artistically excellent. And then the second thing and the most important thing is, what is this story about? What are we trying to say with this story? I love stories that have something to say. So we really look for the themes to make sure that there's something powerful at the core, that there's a question that's being tackled that's universal. And those are probably the two most important things. Like, does it elevate culture? Does it elevate the viewer? And that's important to us. Like, not that there's anything wrong with just kind of mindless content, but that's not the stuff that we look for. We really see a missional component to what we do.
Very cool.
Thank you.
There's a Kings player who has the end of a legendary run.
Oh, Kopi?
Yeah.
Oh,
Is that sad for you to see?
unbelievable. I mean, I was at both Stanley Cup games. I've been following him for a very long time. And what a story. What a story. Like, this guy's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Kopitar. I mean, yeah, yeah, it's great. He did it. He did it. He came, he saw, he conquered, he got rings. I mean, goals, assists out the wazoo. Like, what a legend.
What kind of fan are
What a
you in the
legend.
crowd?
What?
What kind of fan are you in the crowd? Are you going crazy?
I'd say I'm probably in the middle.
Okay.
Like, yes, I get excited. I root if the ref makes a bad call. I'm the first one starting the nuts and bolts we got screwed chant. So yeah. I can be passionate, but I'm not too nuts. My buddy who we were talking about, Greg Sulkin, this guy, don't bring him to a sporting match ever.
Chaos.
He is like rabid. He's from London. He's a football fan, and like he'll invite me over to like watch a soccer game at like 6 a.m. because that's like nighttime for them, and he'll just be like screaming at the TV at the top of his lungs. This dude is intense. Greg, you should do a live stream of you watching a game because it's an experience.
It's really funny.
Experience.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for coming by.
Oh, dude, thank you.
New season coming out October 8th.
October 8th, Disney Plus. Check it out, guys. And I want to know what you think. And there's some Easter eggs, by the way. There's a couple Easter eggs. There's a jaw-dropping moment, which you'll know the second you see it. And we planted an Easter egg in there, a very purposeful one that needs multiple views to see and understand. And I want to know if you know what it is.
Are there any Easter eggs in season 1 that you could talk about?
There's things and references and imagery all over that are like nods to the original show, which you'll see. But this Easter egg in season 2 is a massive plot thing that gives you a really good idea of something we're going to explore in the 3rd season. So just look for, it's a little thing that is easy to miss.
Guys, go watch it.
Check it out.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Hey,
That
bro,
was great.
thank you so much.